Everybody wants to know whether it's a boy or girl, and it's very, very clear that almost everyone wants a son.
Eliminating girls is a very good business. A profession which is supposed to be protecting life is involved in large-scale genocide.
Ganga lives in the town of Morena in central India. She has 3 sons. We can't show her face because, by her own admission, she's committed a crime. Ganga aborted 3 babies because they were girls. If prosecuted, she could be sentenced to time in prison. If we don't earn, we don't eat, she says. The last thing we can afford is a dowry for a daughter's wedding. Ganga says she went to this clinic to get rid of the unwanted pregnancies. She says it's cheap and easy for women to find out the sex of their unborn child. Aborting girls is routine. The doctor here readily shows us his ultrasound machine. But when we confront him with the allegation that it's being used to perform illegal sex determination tests, he and his wife, who run the clinic, deny they've ever broken the law. People here are simple-minded, they tell us, and often confuse one clinic with another. On the streets of Morena, the numbers speak for themselves. The town has one of the worst sex ratios in the entire subcontinent. For every 10 boys born here, there are just 7 girls. Asha Singh is a local lawyer so horrified by the trend, she's launched a personal campaign to stop female feticide by going after the offenders.
The government has given us strong laws, but there's no political will to enforce them. Our system is corrupt. Politicians are more interested in personal gain, not the public good.
But in the capital, Delhi, the government says it's trying to tackle the problem head-on, with new policies intended to move the country in the right direction. India already has some of the strictest laws in the world to prevent female feticide, and yet girls are disappearing faster than ever. So the government's new policy offers parents an incentive. Have a girl and we'll pay for her entire education. It's an ambitious plan. One girl in every family will have her fees, books and uniforms paid for, from primary school right through to university. By removing this financial burden, the government hopes to convince parents daughters are worth having.
We are very serious about this decline of the ratio. We should make them understand that girl is not a burden, but she is a partner. She is a part and parcel of your family.
A financial incentive sounds like a good idea, but critics say free education will have little impact because of a cultural obsession with producing sons. Put simply, they're a status symbol. They carry on the family name and care for parents in their old age. Activists say India's growing middle classes are the worst offenders. For them, feticide is not an ethical issue, it's a consumer choice.
The wealthiest states, the wealthiest districts, the wealthiest religious communities have the worst ratios. Discrimination among the privileged classes is the norm any part of the country you're looking at, which is very, very frightening.
You don't have to go far to find an ultrasound clinic in India. Most offer on-site abortions as well. India's medical colleges are producing thousands of new doctors every year. Competition is fierce and the medical industry is virtually unregulated. Dr. Puneet Bedi is a gynecologist in a wealthy part of South Delhi. He says he's one of the few doctors who won't break the law, and he claims his practice is suffering as a result. Patients simply go elsewhere.
There's no way they give up. Once they know that you will not tell, come what may, they just find another doctor to do it for them. Everybody is willing to kill a daughter, and the medical profession is providing this facility. It has become a huge industry. A great number of doctors benefit directly from this whole industry, and it would be very, very difficult to stop it.
India's medical committee, the regulatory body, denied our request for an interview, but the government admits India's doctors are beyond the law.
They should perform the medical ethics. Unfortunately, they don't know about the medical ethics, or they ignore it. There should be a strong punishment to them, and the punishment is now negligible.
Back in Morena, it's left to anti-feticide activists to police the clinics. Government statistics show there is a direct correlation between the arrival of ultrasound and the declining number of girls. We asked this doctor about the role ultrasound plays in female feticide.
If they use it, they use it. In any case, people are bent upon killing the female child. Before we had infanticide. A girl was born and they smothered her to death. End of story.
In the corner is the clinic's ultrasound machine, disabled by a court order. Morena's chief prosecutor says the doctor was using it illegally without a license. When we ask him to comment, he tells us to switch off the camera. For activists here, it's a minor victory in a war against a powerful lobby. But the wider battle is with society itself. Asha Singh's group travels to villages with a morality play to challenge attitudes towards girls. A pregnant woman is shown having an ultrasound test. When it's discovered she's carrying a girl, she has an abortion. But the unborn child comes back to haunt her parents and accuse them of murder. She then asks the one question Indians increasingly need to consider. Without women, how do you expect society to survive? Anu Anand, BBC News, India.